Falana has finally gotten a judgment from the court concerning the ragamuffin between Very Dark Man and the said Buhaha tape. Now, the court has actually ordered Very Dark Man and giving him 21 days to pull down all the videos on all his social media platforms, defaming the San. But I am hearing one alleged rumor that they said he should pay 500 million. And I have been reading this certified copy and I did not see anything like 500 million. Please, am I missing out? Because I'm alleging and it is trending that the Falanas asked him to pay 500 million. Me, I have not seen in the certified copy. What they just asked him to do was to take down the post. Am I reading through my nose? So, let's talk about the alleged 500 million. That is if it's true. For him to take down the post, that is very, very okay for defamatory. But if there's an alleged 500 million, I'm going to beg you, Uncle Falana, please, this boy does not have money. Even this small NGO that he said that he opened, we all know that is a lie. You know, those fabricated figures. He no get shing by. Number two, he doesn't even have a source. He not get work for us to say, okay, he'll be paying this money in installments if the alleged, sum is actually true. Except they just want this boy to go back to pornography, selling his, private organs and all this stuff, for money. Not organ harvesting, like being a failed porn star. Except we want him to go back to that because that is what he's known for doing, selling his. But because we don't want this boy to go back to the streets, right? We are begging, we good Nigerians, please, sir, we are begging you. Just as he said, and it is written on this judgment, he is not an activist. He said he's an online police boy, not an activist, because he understands what it is to be an activist. Yeah. So, sir, I am begging on his behalf because he doesn't have 500 million naira. Even if he should sell his whole family members, they will not be able to raise that money. Please, sir, forgive him. Let him delete the video, do apology. You understand? You can even send him maybe to 3 days in prison or for 1 week or even 1 month or even 1 year. Let's just keep him somewhere, but he doesn't have 500 million naira, sir. So that this boy will not go and put his hand into something that, the society is very, very hard these days. And the boy cannot stand pressure. Just small Nigeria that just shook him. He don't rush. He don't say bula. He don't say... So let's quickly rewind back. For those of you that want to run your mouth and say, oh, yeah, shut up. Let me tutor you. Now remember, back to the beginning. Very Dark Man's mission was to collect money and alleged debt that BobRisky was owing someone who reached out to him. And the person who gave Very Dark Man that tape did not give Very Dark Man to go about defaming people. He gave it to Very Dark Man to use it against BobRisky to collect his money. Guess what? When the tape was released, BobRisky paid the alleged debt. Right? You were supposed to rest. You refused to rest. You saw it like a clout. You started defaming people. It was your debt. It was the debt you were after, which you had collected. You for just rest. If you were a smart person, you would have just allowed Nigerians to be trending with that video. You will not even talk. Yes, you are the one that released it, but allow people to also commit themselves because trust me, Very Dark Man, if you didn't talk, other people would have spoken. Maybe not then, therefore, but no, because of your urge to shalaye, you will always want to shalaye, and you said things that have actually indicted you into this case. And some people are like, oh, what is his business? Person leak tape. They never hold person. No, you guys are getting it all wrong. You're getting it all wrong. In as much as you love people, doesn't mean that you cannot tell them the truth. It is love that should make you to be honest with people. And if you're actually a Very Dark Man's fan, you should be honest with him by telling him, guy, this one, you mess up. And I don't see any big deal in saying sorry. Your favorite artist, which is VDM, is a fan of the favorite artist, right? Held me for defamation of character. Do you know why I apologized to the favorite artist? It was because the artist said I hurt him by those words. When people come out, sometimes when we talk about things on the media, they are mostly things that we are not necessarily sure about. We don't even know how the person is going to feel. So defamation of character is a way of the person expressing themselves and saying, this thing you said did not go well with me. It has tarnished my image in one way or the other. Once somebody has come out to say you defamed me, the best you can do is just to say sorry. Yes. It's just to say sorry. If you have any other evidence, even the court will first of all ask you to apologize. Even police will first of all ask you to apologize. That is what you do when you wrong people. Especially when it comes to cases like defamatory. It's except if it's a criminal matter where it is beyond Personal reconciliation, whereby you want the government to take its course. But anything like defamation is except you have strong head. That's when people are going to drag the case, or except if those people are just being unnecessarily troublesome. I apologize to this favorite artist. Why? Let me quickly give you the basis of the question that the police asked me. The first question is, Blessing CEO, are you a debt collector? No. What is your job? I'm a certified relationship therapist. Blessing CEO, were you there when they said alleged debt or the payment? No. Really? Yeah. Good. So when they said that, I realized that debt collection is not my job. Because remember, when you are collecting debt, you're talking from one side. You don't know what it's going to do to the next person. And don't forget that this person is not owing you directly. You are trying to help somebody collect this debt. So you do not even know the full story. So it is not your job. Now, you people need to understand, whether you are a fan or you're not a fan, most of us already have experience. See, there are some certain things that is defamatory. It is not your work. That is what some things that we are doing online is not our work. When people say mind your business, you will not understand until you get into trouble and go against the law. I apologize to you people's favorite artist. And I moved on just because this person said, I hurt him. When people come out to say you hurt them, trust me. Now, a lot of you are now saying, oh, the son is doing this. Son gave him an opportunity to apologize. His son gave him an opportunity to apologize. That was the least that they could do. And this person says, I don't want to apologize. I stand on my right. It simply means that thing that I am saying is actually true. Let's call a spade now and stop beating around the bush. If VDM was a smart person, he would have actually played that audio, got the money for the person, get all his clout and move on. But he enjoys all this drama. That's what he strives on. He decided to come and start analyzing the video that nobody asked him. Even the person who got the VN directly did not analyze video. Organ analyzer, you got VN. Instead of you to just play VN directly, you started analyzing as an analyzer because you were there. That is your crime. And your fans are pretending as they don't know. Your crime is that you analyzed. And there's something I need to make you understand. The biggest problem VDM has is that he doesn't do research. I said it. The boy, they lie, they cap. And that is what happens when you start getting excited over fame and they are clapping for you. Do your research. BobRisky went to prison. BobRisky went to prison. Anywhere BobRisky was in the prison, whether he was up, whether he was down, whether he was in media or in the water. And let me also tell you something. Very dark man, when you went to prison for 2-3 days during the case, where did you stay? You used your mouth to come and tell us that they kept you with the capone. Once you're a public figure, it is the duty of those in the prison to protect you, because if anything happens to you, the public will still hold those in power responsible. So yes, when you're a personality, they will protect you in prison because you are open to harm. Anybody can want to kill you in prison. Anybody can want to poison you in prison. And if anything happens to you in prison, they're going to hold them responsible. When you went to prison, where did they keep you? Did they keep you in general cell? You told us that they kept you with the Capone. That's what you told us. They did that. Capone is like the highest person. I'll be the number one. Those are the people that are old in prison. They kept you there so that they can at least protect you. Yes, you were also given that preferential treatment when you went to prison. That was the reason why you said in your video, and I quote, make una no carry me go cell again, no, make una carry me go prison. Is that not the reason why you've been shouting prison, prison, prison? That's because of the privilege that they also gave to you. Were you expecting them to go and keep BobRisky in the midst of general cell? Is that what you're expecting? No, there are still spaces. Even Didi, that is going through a case right now, he has a place that they kept him in prison. He's in prison. But because they know that, if they keep him in the midst of these people, they can harm him. Because he also has enemies in prison. So, VDM, you've lost this case. Just rest. Stop allowing these your fans, trigger you to do. Say sorry when it is needed. Me, I have said sorry to people who said I offended them 1,000,001 times.
Thank you very much, our beloved sister, Blessing CEO, for that excellent explanation. And I think that before people started storming out, kicking and shouting, they should take the time to digest what you said. They should take the time to understand what you said. They should be rational with what you said rather than being emotional, because more too often we the Africans are more emotional with the way we look at things than being rational. And this has been a main problem for us. And our politicians and men of God and other privileged people in our society have understood this, and they have always used it against us. Now, like I have always said, and I will just say it one more time, I appreciate VDM. I salute him. I commend him for all the excellent things that he has been doing so far, because he has done a lot for ordinary Nigerians, and he keeps on doing a lot. Now, the new venture that he has come up with is the NGO, and through that NGO, I believe he is going to do so many things or so much for less privileged Nigerians in the country. So for that, I really, really salute him. But sometimes we have to call a spade, not a garden tool. Sometimes, no matter who the people are to us, we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to call them out if they did something that we thought wasn't appropriate. We should do that. I have said before that recording a private conversation that you had with someone and using that information to blackmail them is wrong. As Blessing CEO explained, the whole audio recording was meant to blackmail BobRisky into paying an alleged debt that he owed to someone. So the information was meant for blackmailing BobRisky. And as soon as that information was published, according to VDM, BobRisky paid the alleged debt, which was great. You know, if you owe someone something, pay them back. If you borrow something from someone, you should pay it back to them. It's not a great move when you borrow things from people and don't want to pay it back. That is a very, very poor character. It's really poor. So, BobRisky not wanting to pay that individual's debt was wrong. But VDM jumping into this matter and going as far as posting a recording that was being done illegally was also wrong. Like I said in a previous video, if VDM or anyone stumble upon an information about an alleged crime being committed, that individual has the responsibility to hand over this information to the relevant authorities so that they can carry out a proper investigation and to really understand what went wrong. That is how it is supposed to be done. But when you stumble upon an information that is incriminative in nature and you do not hand over this material to the relevant authorities, but rather publish it on social media, you are responsible for whatever backlash that comes to you as a result of you publishing the said information. That is just it. So you can hear people saying that the Fulanas have no right to be suing VDM, but rather should sue BobRisky for spreading malicious lies with their names. Well, BobRisky did not make the recording public. He did not. VDM did. And that is why they are going after VDM, for him to take down the audio recording or take down the video or whatever. So I hope VDM takes down the recording. I hope so. And one more thing. I believe that the court silencing people is wrong. I believe that privileged people like the Falanese using their influence to silence VDM is wrong. It's totally wrong. And you see this kind of thing happening in Africa more too often. It's just wrong. You cannot do that. We shouldn't be doing that. That is wrong. But anyway, to you guys out there, after hearing the explanation done by Blessing CEO and my own little explanation, what is your take on this whole ongoing saga between VDM, BobRisky, and the Falana's? Do you think that the Falana's have the right to go after VDM and not BobRisky? And also, would you appreciate someone publishing a private conversation they had with you without your consent? Should we as a society be encouraging people to publish private conversations they had with other people on social media? Is that the kind of thing we want to encourage? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. That helps us a lot, and we shall ever be grateful to you.